What happens when a simple rideshare...
Please tell me you know who this belongs to.
No.
We have to return this ring.
We?
It's Valentine's Day.
Takes you somewhere unexpected.
We're in this together now.
Well, I love a Valentine's Day movie, and what I love most about this one is it takes place in one night. So my character gets into a rideshare on Valentine's afternoon, and she doesn't have big plans for the night. She gets in the car, she's getting out, saying goodbye, and she basically finds an engagement ring. So she and the driver go on a mission to find the owner of the ring because it's Valentine's night. There must have been big plans for this ring, and we don't want to ruin the surprise. So it ends up being such a fun adventure that the two characters end up on together. It is very unexpected, and there's romance, there's laughs. You know, they get to share moments with each other, learn a lot about each other, and of course there's going to be some romance. Yeah, I love unexpected moments. You know, I think that some of life's most precious moments happen when things are unplanned and, you know, you're just kind of in the moment. And I love that part of this story because neither of them are expecting the night to unfold as it does or to connect with another human being. And there's also a conversation about how being in the car is so disarming, you know, and how, why is it that when you're in a car you end up having really wonderful, beautiful conversations, and especially with a total stranger. And this movie is fun, and I hope people are gonna love it.
It's almost like the close proximity sort of opens up like the world a little bit, even though like, you're like stuck in the car. It's like, you know, there's room for vulnerability there.
Yeah, I think that my character, I can't remember the exact line of dialogue, but it's to the effect of, you know, you're kind of in this special, like, it just feels like this little cocoon where it feels safe to sort of open up a little bit and be a bit more vulnerable. And there's something about talking to someone who really does know nothing about you, and that you can be sometimes even more honest. And there's some magic in getting to know a complete stranger and just hitting it off. And, you know, it's not exactly love at first sight for these characters, but there's a connection that's undeniable. And as the night takes them on this adventure, we get to see what unfolds. My first time working with Robert Buckley, he was wonderful. I was a big fan of his before this came along, and I was thrilled that we had the chance to work together. And, you know, we both have families, and we're talking about our kids, and I don't think people understand that, like, when you're doing this movie, these movies are 15 days. Like, it's a really intense experience. It's long hours. It's go, 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 go. So you become very close with the people you're working with because you're spending all this time together. You know, the entire crew, it's almost like this camp experience, and I feel like you just had to be there to fully understand it, you know? And he was wonderful. He was so funny, so collaborative, and I enjoyed improvising with him. And I've actually never worked with someone who knew his lines as well as he does. I think he was word perfect on every single line. It was kind of annoying.
That tracks.
He's really brilliant, and the whole cast was fantastic. And, you know, with all of these movies, especially with the holidays and the rom-coms, we just want to bring some joy to people and hopefully create characters and scenarios that you can envision yourself in and be willing to go along for the ride.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah. Oh, no pun intended. I think Hannah and Finn bring out an unexpected side of each other. Again, no pun intended with the title, but, you know, neither of them, they're both a little bit guarded. They've been through things, they've had experiences which have caused them to be that way. And the way that they both find each other disarming and funny, and through some of their differences and some of the things they also have in common, is really delightful.
Yeah. I'm like, that's actually a really adorable meet cute, like, idea.
Well, yeah, and in the beginning, he as the driver, like, has a night of work ahead. So he really doesn't feel like he has the time, doesn't really want to go on this mission to find the owner of the ring. And Hannah, being the hopeless romantic, is like, we have to. This is like our moral duty on Valentine's night. And so he quickly gets on board, and they have a really fun time. Oh, an engagement ring? I love engagement stories and wedding stories and just love stories in general so much that if I were to find an engagement ring, I think I'd be much like my character and be on a mission to return it to its owner. I feel like my husband and I used to have like very elaborate Valentine's Day plans. I'd like get an outfit and there was like a whole fun romantic evening planned. And now we're parents And I think it's probably very relatable. You know, we have an 8-year-old daughter, so now our Valentine's nights are typically family movie night and, you know, not as grand as maybe they used to be, but they're absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I think it's just a time to appreciate, you know, and that might be the love of in a friendship, you know, or Galentine's. I love that that's become a thing, celebrating with your girlfriends. And I think it's always a good time to acknowledge and celebrate the people in your life. I feel like what makes me swoon has changed through the different phases of life. Now some days it would be, oh, you did the dishes.
Yeah. It's the small things that count.
It's the small things. You know, bring me a cup of coffee, or say, hey, I ran out. And I mean, I'm not even kidding. My husband will be like, your car was on empty. I ran out and gassed your car up.
That's so
Especially when you're late for work and to not have to think about it. So like, it really is the little things. And then of course, you know, romantic gestures are always welcome and always wonderful. But I think, especially as, you know, we've been married 10 years now in marriage, it's just knowing that we see each other.
Yeah.
It's feeling acknowledged and feeling appreciated and just feeling that love that's so genuine. I'm so grateful for it. I mean, I don't call myself that, so just to be very clear, but
the fans do.
And I appreciate it, and all I can say is I just love making these movies so much. You know, yes, I've done 41, and I hope I have the chance to do 100. Like, I love celebrating. I love telling stories that are putting a little bit of goodness back into the world and are full of hope. I think especially since I've become a parent, like, I don't really enjoy watching things that are very stressful, and, you know, this is just an hour and a half of happiness, and also I want to tell stories that people can relate to, and we've done some dramas, and we've done, you know, the romantic comedies and mysteries and all of the holiday movies, of course. So I appreciate when I have the chance to also expand within the genre. But I have lots of ideas for other stories, and I just appreciate people watching.
Yeah.
Ben Ayers and I haven't worked together.
Really?
I love him. He's so funny. Paul Campbell, also so wonderful. So those are the first two gentlemen that pop into my head. And we know each other, you know, from all of the events, and obviously it's a small circle and a small family at Hallmark. But we haven't had the chance to work together, so I would love that
We're
chance.
going to manifest this
let's
into
do
existence.
Yes, I always wanted to make another All of My Heart. It didn't happen. But I just wanted to see those characters one more time so badly. But I love working with Brennan. I mean, 10 movies now. He's a dear friend. And when you have that like level of comfort and trust with someone, you just walk on set and you know that it's going to be, there's an ease to it that's really, really appreciated. And he's just wonderful. So I hope we do more together. I love celebrating. And Hallmark as a brand has really always been a huge part of my life. It goes all the way back to when I had this stocking hanger, you know, the thing that you would set on the mantle that would have the hook on it and would hang your stocking on it. I wanted to find those so badly. I had to go on the internet. I found them from my childhood because I lost them in a move, and they arrived at my house. I was so excited. They were in the original packaging from the 80s, and I look on the bottom, and of course it's by Hallmark. It was just so fitting. So Hallmark is such a big part of people's celebrations and milestones, and I'm so excited that I get to have a product line that will be debuting this holiday season. It's gift wrap, and cards, and glassware, and beautiful gift bags, and it's all inspired by prints from the Hallmark archives from the 1950s. So it's whimsical and colorful and fun, and it just feels like, you know, my style, and the design team there is just incredible, and we had a wonderful time putting this together. And it's another way that I feel so honored I can be a part of people's celebrations. You know, I'm really thankful that I've had the chance to do different things there. Like when we did the Wedding Veil trilogy, that was something new at the time. And I was so excited to work with the other women from the network who were my friends. So I hope we continue to expand in that way. And, you know, I can guarantee you this, the stories will always be full of hope. And, you know, I just want to keep doing, whether it's comedy or holiday films or things that are a little bit more dramatic or sentimental. I just want to keep telling stories that resonate with people.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a Christmas movie in mind already?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, there's some. It's not for sure yet, but yes, Christmas is already on the brain.
We're prepared.
Must be sorted out. I mean, it's almost February. Come on, right?
Yeah.